Sometimes I feel lonely, and I'm not proud of the feeling that controls me so often it softens me. Sometimes I feel lonely, and only words curling round my mind like 1,000 spinning plates, spinning round my body like 100 fireflies, each sparking 1,000 conversations, but I have no words. There are a million words to use, and the only one I can think of is lonely. Sometimes I feel lonely, and this is a lie because I always feel lonely, and it used to control me. So, stick around for the story, because it's a good one. This is a story about my closest friend. This is a story about control. This story about my silver friend. My silver friend is there for me, cares for me in a way I cannot vocalize. With lies, I guess. 2 years later, they still talk to me. 104 weeks later, they still call for me. 730 days later, they still see darkness. And I live in light. The scratches were there first. A thirst for feeling. I felt numb. Chances of emotion were slim to none. When I was too young to know what I was doing, too young to be that sad, too young for the words, self-harm. Then it stopped slowly, and then all at once. I tried to forget my demons, created boxes and bridges to contain and remain distant. And I did. For a little while, I learned how to smile and mean it. It wasn't long until the world came crashing down. My silver friend came back round, and so did the darkness. So did the numbness. So did the loveless nights. My 15th year is the one I remember. My silver friend ever present. My friend visited often sharp and hurtful. It was the only thing I could feel. It was the only solution. I would be lying if I said it wasn't intentional, but I needed to feel something, and the pain was better than nothing. My enemy came fast, too fast. I dived and ducked for as long as possible, but it nicked away at me. A cut here, a slice there, and suddenly it was all too much. It was all such a blur. Cuts from my facility for control. 1 and then 2 became 50. Pretty quickly, it was stitches, a rich addiction. Uncontrollable, and I was inconsolable. And just like it came, it went. A smile here, a laugh there, and suddenly it was gone. Soon came the dawn of me. Good days were my facility for control. 1 and 2 became 50. Pretty quickly, it was fine. Maybe even good. Maybe even gone. Maybe depression was a passing phase. Maybe I was distracted, or maybe I was happy but it stopped. My enemy left. I let it go and wounds started healing, fading, and I started creating. I found a passion. I learned a skill. I almost found love. And it was tough, but it was enough. The emotion was enough. I was enough. This lasted a while. My control was a free trial at best, and it wasn't about emotion anymore. My control had escaped me, hopped a fence, slipped away, and my enemy convinced me, gave me control, and I rolled with the thunder. Everything was okay. Everything was okay. Everything was not okay. It's hard to tell you how I dismissed it. Detail is a thing I missed. It was bad and I fixed it. I got help. I got rid of it. I got control. Actual control. A lifelong membership, and it wasn't easy. Mostly the opposite. but I had to get rid of it. And I did. My friend, or enemy, disappeared for good, and I definitely don't need it. All that remains are long-forgotten, differently sized lines placed on my body by my silver enemy. And now that they're part of me, I couldn't part with them. Some are fading, some are staying, but that's not what matters. My enemy is gone. I have passed it. I have been through it. I have survived it. And that's all that matters. Sometimes it returns, visits my brain, whispers softly, and tries to convince me. No! I scream because I don't need you. I don't need your false warnings. And if there is one lesson that I can teach, one prayer that I can preach, and I promise you, it is not a figure of speech. You are not alone.